All right, welcome back. As promised, let's get back up to Sulphur Springs where Chris Perry from the Tyler Paper, etfinalscore.com website joins us. And Chris, huge win, and you told me last week to look out for Zach Hall, the super sophomore. Is it safe to call him super now?
Yeah, he's fantastic. We picked him as our breakout star on our football preview, and I think he made us look very smart tonight. He just has such incredible breakaway speed. It seemed like every time Sulphur Springs missed a tackle on one of his quarterback keepers, it was going to go for a touchdown. And every time they tried to get him, if they didn't wrap him up, he was going to hit someone for a touchdown. I mean, the kid threw for 288 yards, touchdown passes of 71, 69, and 21 yards. He rushed for 124 yards with a 64-yard run and a 31-yard run. And that doesn't even mention how well Lee's defense played. Lee absolutely stopped Sulphur Springs in the second half of this football game.
Yeah, great point, Chris, to definitely give props to that defense. Real quickly, though, can they maintain this? Lee needs to get a couple wins here out of the gates.
Well, it's going to be tough because you saw what Lufkin did. I mean, John Tyler, I'm looking on Twitter, on our ET Final Score, and John Tyler looks like they have Lufkin under control, and then I look at the final, and it's completely the other way around. So that's the tough part, is like you just said, maintaining. But there was some excited kids coming off the field here at Jared Prince Stadium tonight.
All right, Chris, great wrap, and thanks for getting back with us. We'll see you next week, my friend.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right, well, let's get back to the Kilgore, the highlights, and we're going to start out now with the Kilgore Bulldogs coming off that magical playoff run in 2012 when they almost got to the state finals. At Marshall tonight as the Mavericks are trying to turn their season around. Here we go, Aaron Foy of the Kilgore Bulldogs showing what he can do. Wow, right up the right side, faking everybody out. That is a touchdown. Great job by the Bulldogs right there. All right, we got to go now to more Bulldogs as they would come back with the offense even more in this one. Great handoff there. That's going to be another touchdown for Kevin Justice. It was a touchdown in that one. Great job by Kervin Justice for the score. And, you know, the key ingredient for the Kilgore Bulldogs is just hard-nosed defense, but right there, that's going to be Justin Hall to Mark Rays for the score. That's Mark Rays. And then Marshall trying to make them happen. They get the touchdown by Jock Kirkendall. But in the end, the final score turns out to be a big one for the Bulldogs of Kilgore. Coach Woods got a rolling. 42-7 is your final score. Carthage Bulldogs, we know they could score. They were at the Tomato Bowl tonight to take on the Jacksonville Indians. Early on in this one, Tevin Pipkin upended by that Indian defense. Great job there. Blake Bogan shoots. We know how good he is, but what a play right here by O'Carrion Rutherford getting the tip and taking it up the field, and that would lead the Bogan shoots calling his own number. Crosses the plane. Yeah, it's not a fumble. He crossed the plane. Touchdown, Carthage with the lead. And Jacksonville trying to get something done. Carter McCowan, a long line of those great McCowan quarterbacks trying to do his thing. He would hit Tony Lane right there for a big gain and almost took out our cameraman David right there. He would be okay. And then McCowan's going to find Trent Sampson right here. What a catch by Trent. But the drive would not produce any points. In the end, it's going to be Carthage looking strong as ever. But good run by Jacksonville, 28. Carthage wins that one 42-28 in that one. So Carthage with the victory over that one. All right, let's move on to Pine Tree now. The Pirates of Pine Tree taking on Van. Brand new stadium up there for the Pine Tree Pirates, and early on they were looking good in this one as the Pirates would get a big touchdown right there. That's going to be Mason Hayes with a great catch, and then Quay Ward with the touchdown run. But how about Maddox, Peter Maddox to Andrew Fighter? What a catch to the 1-yard line. Then Maddox was going to go back to Andrew Fighter again. What a play, and look at that, looking good there. That is Mr. Hayes right there. Those Hayeses, they're great athletes. And Pine Tree trying to christen in that new stadium with the victory. How would it go? Final score is going to be Pine Tree with the win. Congratulations to Mr. Hayes, Mason Hayes, 4 touchdowns tonight. Paris also in 4A action against Mount Pleasant. They fall to Mount Pleasant 40-17. Scoreboard we go, to the Jack we go next. I'm sorry, with the highlights of this one. Gladewater hosting Dangerfield, and Austin Jalamo showing that defensive line presence. And I'll tell you, the Bears are just going to be tough on D all season long. Nick Canagreer, more tough D. That's what you call a tackle for a loss. And they keep on tackling you up there at Jack Meade Murphy Stadium, trying to get the offense going. James Reese, get in there for the touchdown. I think Gladewater's a sleeper because guess what? They got a game-winning safety in this one. Dalen Mack forced a safety, I'm not kidding, with 18 seconds left to play. And how about that? Gladewater, 14-16, your final score. 3A scoreboard, let's get to it quick. Athens wins over Kaufman, 31-25. Crandall over Brownsboro, 27-14. Bullard, big win for them out of the gates, 21-20. Canton falls to Eustis, 26-21. Center and Boona. Boona with the win. Diboll falls to Fairfield Bad, 57-13. There's the Dangerfield win, loss to Gladewater. Henderson falls to Plano Prestonwood, 21-45. Gilmer won last night, big 57-50. Mineola, thank you, Mr. Whitney, all night for the score updates. They win big over Westwood, 48-7. Wills Point falls to Pittsburgh, 55-14. Palestine, 26-12 over Waco. La Vega. And one more page for you. Spring Hill, congratulations to the Panthers. They get a win 24-6. And then Rusk is going to beat Terrell, or fall to Terrell tonight, 16-6 is your final score. More highlights coming up. Plus, we're going to check in with Brandon Davidson of the Tyler Paper. He's our social media guy. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to my favorite head coaches went head-to-head tonight. Dale Irwin of ARP and Andy Evans of Tatum. Both guys have won a lot of football games in their careers as well. I love the swinging gate helmet there by the ARP Tigers in this one. And Tatum trying to do something early. Chaston Brooks is going to fumble on the play. Got to hold on to that ball right there. ARP Tigers in maroon all over it. They get the recovery. Marcus Johnson, the quarterback, trying to get something going. Look at the play right here. Down the field, the Clifton Willis intercepted by the Tatum Eagles right there, so they get it back after the fumble. A few plays later, it's going to be the Tatum Eagles trying to get the offense going. Devlin Boyd Devane gets it in for the score, 7-0 Tatum. Following an ARP kickoff fumble, Tatum trying to get even up even more. That's what you do when you get turnovers. Chaston Brooks, boy, he really settled down and gets it in for the touchdown, and the final score is going to be the Tatum Eagles looking strong, 21-6. Your final in that one. Always good to see those two in action. You're looking at the Troop Tigers taking on Quinlan Ford, and the next big thing in East Texas is Mr. Blake Lynch right there. He's so good at quarterback. He's also pretty good on the edge. Way to go, Blake Lynch with the takedown right there. Tell him about it. And then the dean of high school football coaches, Mr. Dennis Alexander, says we are going to run that football. Hitachi Lydia breaking through right there, gets it inside the 30-yard line. Then they got DeLewis West showing what he can do. Wow, good running right there. And then when you got a guy like Blake Lynch, you just let him do his thing. Just kind of Cam Newton-ish, finds the end zone. But Quinlan Ford, big comeback. Troop got very tired in this one, 28-21, your final score. We got some 2A scores for you. White Oak 39-3, they win. Alba Golden 32-18 over Cumbie. Corsicana and Copo Pitton 21-0 for Como. Elysian Fields falls to Corrigan Camden 47-19 in that one. Crockett 35-34 in a close one. They win. Edgewood all over Kearns 53-26. Garrison and Hemp Hill, 48-0. Alto falls to Elkhart. Wow, 36-35. Harmony and Windsboro looking for big things out of Harmony, but they go down 30-14. Sunnyvale 42-7 over Grand Saline. Hooks and Linden Kildare 35-34. Linden Kildare wins. Big Sandy falls to Hawkins. How about that? 32-28. New Diana 13-12. They win over Jefferson. Clarksville. Ooh, look at that. U Springs good in baseball and football, 54-21. And one more page for you. Malakoff falls to Baybank, 42-10. Mount Vernon, 28-15, your final score. Final stop. Over to Grace we go, to the Clyde Perkins Stadium for night 2 of the Tyler Football Classic. Grace hosting San Augustine. Grace down 14-7. Chandler Nutt to Johnny Spencer. What a play in the back of the end zone. Grace ties it up at 14. JaMichael Roberts. This guy, I had the camera. I was shooting this game just down on the ground for a cool shot. And look what JaMichael does. Breaks out of it. I thought he was going to hit the camera, so I picked it up, and that accidentally was a very cool highlight on my part, but I take the credit. Meanwhile, JaMichael looking strong, finds his guy in the end zone, Jarvis Smith, for the touchdown. They go back up 21-14. Now, Here comes that Grace offense. A heavy dose of my man, Cade Clayton, one of the best around at tailback. Nice little run right there to the right side. Then Chandler Nutt on the read option. Can he go all the way? Chandler gets inside the 5-yard line, but Coach Mike Maddox says, let's go back to our workhorse, and he would give it to Mr. Cade Clayton, and he runs it up for the score. Final score in this one, Grace victorious, 46-33. Let's get to those 1A scores really fast. We'll do a couple of pages here. Sabine wins 46-0. Maud 32-0 over Union Grove. Sims Bowie 63-6. West Rusk wins 36-19. One more page, Scotty. Wynota over Overton in a close one, 16-14, and Carlisle over Beaumont Legacy. 35-0 your final in this one. All right, final break right now. Play of the night coming up. Don't go anywhere. Our play of the night looks like this. Now, Patrick Mahomes Jr. had an incredible night, but I'm going to give it to my man, Andrew Black. Look at him just trying to make something happen. Kind of Doug Flutie-ish right here. Lets it fly. Gabe Robinson, right place, right time. And that is our CBS 19 ETFinalScore.com play of the night. Way to go, Andrew Black. Hey, we got some more 1A scores for you. We're going to start with Cushing and Cayuga in the Class 1A scoreboard. And Cushing 63-14. Wow. Crossroads 32-7. Grapeland and Centerville also in action tonight. It's going to be Grapeland falling 55-0. Tenaha, they always seem to win 27-0 your final in that one. Joaquin and Tenaha, there's the final. Shelbyville 61-7 over Mount Enterprise. Oh, Mount Enterprise lost a lot of players last year. Longview Trinity 54-8 over Fruitvale. Still looking for some of the private schools there if you've got any of those. And don't forget last night Brook Hill won 21-18 thanks to Mr. Brazier, Seth Brazier, the new sophomore star receiver for Brook Hill. They won 21-18. All Saints lost to Timpson last night 55-7. All right, let's recap the big ones tonight. Keep in mind, John Tyler had a big lead in this game, but Lufkin comes roaring back 52-28. How about that? Of course, we'll get to see John Tyler, Lufkin, Lee, Longview all in action this week over at Tyler's Rose Stadium, Fremont Francis Rose Stadium. And then this one, Longview, they got beat 24-32. Another tight, close game, but we all know John King is the best in East Texas, is getting his team back in order. So they fall to Coppell. They'll come back at it next week. And here's the one that you just got to like, because Tyler Lee has been down so long. And you heard Chris Perry from the Tyler Papers, Zach Hall. Incredible superstar sophomore quarterback for Robert E. Lee. He had 5 touchdowns by himself in the first half, 3 throwing, 2 rushing. They beat Sulphur Springs on the road tonight 55-20. Maintaining is the whole key for those Lee Red Raiders. And there you have it. The team we're going to be talking about for a long, long time this season. 58-28, the White House Wildcats looking very strong in their opener. Now, don't forget, if you missed any part of the show, it's always online at etfinalscore.com. We, of course, have got all your game stories from the Tyler Paper reporters. You can comment on the stories. You can watch all the video. We're loading it as we speak, and we'll replay this show at 11:30 a.m. on KCAB right here Saturday. Everybody enjoy your week. Week number 2 coming up next Friday. We're out of here. Be safe.